He's trying to get me canceled.
He is.
Like, I told you about this.
Oh, I know comedy.
A whore.
That's my chopper.
He's not just some dingbat I found on the strip.
The dingbat.
Enough about your podcast.
I'm here for the gangbang.
Look at these two idiots.
Rock your body, rock your brain, rock your immortal soul.
Oh, Paxton.
He's special.
You know, I'm fat.
Because I'm fat. I like fat babies.
At this point, because we're cutting it up and buttoning it up, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Of course.
And
thanks for having me, man.
welcome back to another episode of the Dingbat District Podcast. We've got a very exciting one on today, and Blake's joining us back out here. We got Blake returning on, but with us joining with Blake, we've got George Brown finally coming on. Do we have any button music? We got a button. Yeah, we got a button. So, George, thank you so much for coming on. Real quick, will you go ahead and plug up your social media so people can find you?
You can follow me on Instagram at George Brown Comedy.
Nice.
I'm on Facebook, too. I don't know what my username is, though.
I'd imagine it's your name.
Well, no, but I don't know what like my handle is. I'm going to put this back in.
I don't think you have a handle on Facebook.
Okay, well, you can follow me on Instagram at George Brown Comedy.
Go look him up on Facebook, too. He's got
shouldn't have
stuff
said anything about Facebook, but...
He's still checking out if he should friend her his grandma or not.
Yeah, I don't know if I want her seeing my stand-up clips.
Maybe she's your biggest supporter. Right now, I'm having to bat my mom away from following me and supporting me.
That is true. Well, she would definitely be, but, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do if she comes to a show. Because I keep it clean on social media, but I got a couple of jokes that I don't know if she would.
Do you think your grandma would come, or do you think she was more likely be the person to support from away?
I think she absolutely would. I'm kind of amazed she hasn't already.
That's a good point.
Because I don't know. Like, I feel like, not even just me, you've been to comedy clubs before.
Right.
Imagine an old Catholic lady sitting in front, listening to you talk about how pleasing a woman is like Japanese.
Oh, you remember my joke. That's so sweet. No, as the person who's had multiple different grandmas go to shows, hold off on that for as long as you can. Like, every once in a while, I'll get a text from my mom that says, "Hey, grandma's in town and she wants to come to a show. Is tonight a good one?" And I have to go,
There's never a good one.
Never a good one. It's just fucking show up to one, I guess. She was there at a night where you haven't even had to deal with the Haltom City Theater yet, have you?
Oh, yeah. What is that? I've never even heard of that.
Oh, man, you haven't heard the ghost stories about this place.
Do they still do comedy there?
I don't think so anymore, and I hope that
probably a good thing.
I hope no new comics get brave and try and go take this on. It's a heavy metal theater, basically.
I think I have heard of this, but keep going. Yeah.
And they had comedy shows there, but sometimes it was comedy shows. The ones that I would get on were half R&B, half comedy shows.
You were telling me about this, yeah.
Yeah, and so it was set up weird. Like, no matter the fact that you knew there was a comedy show coming, they wouldn't get rid of just the pit where all the people are supposed to stand for the music. Yeah. So there's just a good 20-foot by 30-foot hole in the crowd that no one's standing in at fucking 1 p.m.
They couldn't put chairs in there or something?
No, they continue to put the chairs all the way back 30 feet, and even farther than that. My grandma was 60 feet away in the very, very back at 1 o'clock in the morning, and after I got off, she's like, "That was nice." I was like, "That's not even the right adjective to use. That was anything but."
Well, no, but I got this show going on at Big Laugh on July 5th. Big Laugh.
Oh yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah.
It's your remind me again. I forgot the name.
Stand Up Standouts.
Stand Up
Standouts. Very very generic name, but it's showcasing some of the best comedians in DFW.
Hell
be
yeah!
a good time.
I saw, from what I remember, you got Nick Kissy coming on.
Nick Kissy. So I got Nick Kissy, Wizop, RJ Prince, and then Jimmy Nelson is headlining, who we were just talking about. Yeah,
That's awesome, man.
That's a crazy lineup.
That's a great lineup. That's one of the best ones we've heard.
Dude, when Jimmy and RJ agreed to do it, I was like, really? Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but okay.
Dude, I've had that a couple times. We've had it a couple times on the podcast where Blake's looked at me afterwards. You're like, you were nervous. Like, I've talked about it with Taylor P before, and she was like, you should reach out to, I think it was Des O'Neill at the time. I'm like, I'm scared. He doesn't know who I am.
Yeah. But no, but it's my grandma's sister and her husband are driving in from Tyler to see the show.
Really?
Also old people.
Hey, that's a nice little twofer. You can have them see at Rose City when you go.
I'm sure they'll like RJ. Maybe.
Everyone
RJ's
loves
good.
RJ.
Everyone. RJ is great. Wizop, we'll see. But
Wizop, they're gonna love. They're gonna love because you said they're Fox News people.
Probably they're old white people. I've never talked to them.
Old white
people
love to love young black men.
Elaborate.
they love to love him
You ever
because
seen-
everyone keeps calling him racist. So you're like, I'm not racist. I'm going to show you. I like this feller Wizoff. He's a nice man.
You ever seen Get Out?
Oh, okay, that explains it.
Old white people.
Welcome
Or
to.
Sarah's, your aunt and grandma are Maria Blandford from whatever.
I like this podcast idea where you get 3 white dudes to come on and talk about who likes black people, who doesn't.
It's every other white person who's not here. We love black people.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing this.
Yeah. Are we rolling? No.
So,
Yeah.
what else do you got lined up for the stand-up standouts? Is it like a traditional lineup? There's no theme to it, or is there a theme to it?
There's not. It's just a traditional lineup. I'm hosting.
Good. Good on you.
Should be a good time. We've got a decent amount of tickets sold.
Nice.
It's gonna be packed. It's a Saturday night, prime time. So
Hell yeah.
it
Is
should
that
be
is that the 9 or is the 7:30?
it's a 7:30.
Nice.
So I don't
Hell
know
yeah.
if that's actually prime time,
No,
but
that's
it's
that's
good.
the prime. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
not
yeah.
getting the drunkos.
Yeah.
Granted, they're going to be a fun crowd, those drunkos, but you're going to have
Yeah.
8 problems.
Yeah.
Were you there the other night when that fucking old lady and her what I thought was husband until I heard his gay voice, and now assuming good friend got kicked out?
Was this a like Whiskey Wednesday? What was this?
No, I was there, so it was. I think it might have been a Thursday. It was either a
Yeah.
Thursday or a Sunday.
Mhm.
And I was just outside, and
Yeah.
I was coming back in, and as I was coming back in, I got hit with their big metal fucking door, and I
Yeah.
was backing out. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm about
Yeah.
to turn and yell, and it's this angry lady. I'm like, she looks more mad than I am, so I'm gonna let her just have this.
I completely believe it. Yeah, no, you get people like that all the time. There was one lady. It was actually a pretty good crowd at Big Laugh, and there was one lady who, like, during my set was like, she was drunk, and she was like, "Oh my god, I have to pee," and then she stood up and just started wobbling, not towards the bathroom, just around the room. And I did not acknowledge it at all. I was just going about my set.
Oh, George, you've got to acknowledge that.
Well, 'cause I was just so completely. When she sat back down, I talked to her, but I was just so thrown off. It's like maybe there's something. Maybe she's giving birth or something, and I don't understand what's going on.
She's trying to walk off her pee.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be cool if she
Burn
just
it off.
pissed. She just stand up. I gotta pee and just pee.
I'd have to
That would not be cool.
beg to differ. Yeah.
Because, like, think about it. You're at a comedy show. This 18-year-old kid's talking, kind of sucking, but he's up there, and you're like, right now you're listening to the jokes, and then someone starts pissing. That's gonna take your attention away entirely. You would think.
Unless this young boy kind of sucking starts doing great and just berates this lady for pissing. We did that the
You've
other
seen
night
that.
at the open mic. Remember that guy that talked about a stripper like apologizing during my set?
It all blends in. Was this?
That's a fair point.
Was
This
this
is-
Monday? Was this
yeah.
yesterday?
Was that yesterday?
Where you had to shit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you sat on
that's
the
what it was. So I've had a good heckler's experience. Blake knows I have some incidents that we talk about
Yeah.
when I come on here where I get mad at hecklers.
Yeah.
I had one before that. We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
But yesterday it was good. We had a
Yeah.
good one. I was talking about strippers, and that's how everyone talks about strippers, and it's good.
Yeah.
And this guy was like, you made a stripper apologize to you? And I go, when would you ever have to apologize for what a stripper's done? Like, when is that
Yeah.
ever? Everything they do is a blessing. Just
Yeah.
shut up and take it. And I was
Yeah.
talking about
That's
shitting.
what you told the stripper.
George, come on, man. You can't get me canceled on my own show.
We're not rolling yet, are we?
The first time I went to a strip club,
Yeah.
I didn't know you had to bring money. So the first
Yeah.
stripper that came up to me was like, "Hey, do you want a lap dance?"
No.
I was like, "Yeah, I do." And she took me all the way to the back, and she was like, "All right, where's the money?"
Like, oh shit, do you take Cash App,
I
Zelle?
was like, "I don't have money."
You,
Yeah.
you don't do any pro bono work?
Pro boner work.
There you go.
She got so fucking mad,
Yeah.
like so mad. I think she was
When,
like,
when was this? Was this during the military?
"No, I was like 18."
Oh, so this is even before that.
Yeah.
I bet she was pissed because she was like, I was about to fucking grind on this little bitch. This prepubescent little boy, and he didn't even pay me. George, I'm assuming you haven't been to a strip club yet.
No, I have not.
That's good. Don't go.
Yeah.
They're scary places. You fantasize about them when you're young, and then you get there, you're like, oh, this is a different type of woman that has to work here.
Just make
this
sure you bring
this is
money.
The type of woman to be a stripper that works here.
Yeah, this isn't fucking Miss Congeniality. Like, you're not going to meet a fucking winner here. It's not True Romance. Gary Oldman's not going to be a Jamaican white guy. He's not around the corner.
I haven't seen the movie, but
Oh,
I get the
great
idea.
movie.
But you're never gonna sleep with the stripper. Let's just throw that out there.
Yeah.
Alright.
except for maybe they hear you're a Loyola guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep talking about that because that's very impressive, and I'm not shitting on you, but it sounds like I am.
Did you know what it was before I told you? The
Loyola?
school? Yeah, yeah.
I heard about it through basketball, but I also don't know if that's the same one.
No, that is Loyola Marymount. One of their biggest prides is whenever you hear their name, you go, "Oh yeah, I think I saw them in a March Madness once."
Yeah.
That's the school.
It was
But
either
yeah.
that. It was that, and didn't they have like a really old nun that came to every game?
That sounds right. It's a Jesuit school, so probably. But,
Okay, yeah. I remembered her, and there was one for the Chicago Cubs.
I know the nun you're talking about.
Yeah,
Dude,
I remember
Miss
that.
Dorothy or something like
Yeah.
that. Oh, that's Roger Robb. We'll talk about him later.
Is she the one that like she gave like a pregame prayer?
Oh,
And it was like all about like 3-point percentages and stuff. Because
and all the fucking college kids are like, "Ma'am, I'm very hungover and thinking about the 3 women that want to suck my dick after this game."
Yeah, well, okay, because I do remember a nun at a March Madness. I really hope that's Loyola because that would be cool.
I think so. She was like 102, something like crazy. Let me see if I can find her.
Married to God.
Married
Her whole life.
But she likes watching those
She's-
boys run up and down the court.
She was Loyola. Paxton's not what I was trying to do.
I caught it. Sister Jean, that was her
Yeah.
name. Yeah, yeah.
105
Damn,
years
she's
old.
still fucking alive.
She's
Oh
still
my
alive?
god! Yeah,
Yeah,
105.
click on it.
Wow. What does she fucking do? Is she
She looks
the
like-
original?
She prays.
She looks like she goes to Hogwarts.
10 points, Gryffindor. This is that lady, Dolores
Yeah.
Umbridge,
Yeah.
just way down the line.
Yeah.
Sister Jean began teaching at St. Bernard School in Glacier Park in California.
Huh.
And then, so religious life, what? Okay, here we go. The NCAA men's basketball tournament. Sister Jean gained overnight publicity beyond Loyola, the community, after the Ramblers upset Miami in 2018
But
during the tournament.
There's several different Loyola schools. I wonder if it's Loyola Marymount or if it's the Chicago one.
I was going to ask because
I think it's the Chicago
it's
one.
typically the Chicago one. People know.
that was another thing I wanted to ask is because
Yeah.
I kept remembering, you're going to LA?
Yeah,
Yeah.
LA. Yeah,
Lucky son of a bitch. It's so
Yeah.
beautiful out there.
it is nice.
Fuck. And you get to go hang out by the Comedy Store at all times.
I do.
I do.
They are 21 and up, so unless I get like put on a show there externally, it's gonna be hard to.
It's going to be really tough to get on there at all.
Yeah,
I just
but
mean
yeah.
go stand outside
yeah.
of the patio even.
Dude, Sunset Boulevard, and it's like Laugh Factory is right there too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
a
so
cool little
nice.
spot.
My friend, I'm not saying you do this because you're a good boy. You don't smoke
Yeah.
weed and you've never smoked weed. You're not
Yeah.
going to touch the electric lettuce because you're a good one.
Electric lettuce.
The
I like
electric
that.
lettuce. But there was a spot when I went, me and my buddy, walking distance. We got some. I think we got edibles or something like that,
Yeah.
and then walked 10 feet to the Comedy Store. Basically, hung out there. I shook hands with Ian Bagg, Ian
Yeah.
Lara, who was all on the show we saw that night.
Really? Ian Bagg?
Yeah. And poop. Who else did we see? It was one of my big ones.
I think he's coming to Addison soon.
Is he really?
Yeah, we should go see him.
Do you know who Ian Bagg is?
Sounds familiar.
He does like all crowd work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All crowd work, very big. Do you know where he's from?
Canada.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Huh.
Very funny, very jovial guy.
Yeah.
And like what Blake is saying, he's known for like, he might do 3 minutes of material, but he's gonna murder with 12
Yeah,
minutes of
yeah.
just fucking around.
Yeah.
But there was like one other big guy that we saw that was just hanging around. I think I gave him a high five as he
Yeah.
walked in, and then everyone else was like, "Oh my god!" So I was like, "Oh, I gave a high five to some dude that this whole crowd of patio people
Yeah.
was sucking his dick."
Yeah,
As he's
yeah.
you feel like a fucking paparazzi or something.
Yeah.
It's cool as hell. And then just they'll let you get in on standby. Like I told the guy we were waiting, and like, man, we don't have any more tickets. I'm like, hey man, I'm just a comic from Texas, come check it out.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I got you on standby. They're
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. That's
They're gonna
cool.
let you in. That and you could spark up a conversation with the door guys that usually become something out of
No,
nowhere.
yeah, always.
Those guys are
No,
cool.
it's a great area to be in for stand up. I'm excited.
Have you made any connects out there yet?
Yeah, there's some people I visited like a year ago, and there's some people who I hit me up about like bringer shows and stuff when I go out there.
Nice.
I'm doing a weekend at Irvine Improv for Jamie Lizzo
Hell yeah.
because
Let me see who Jamie
I
Lizzo
opened.
is.
He's a Fox News guy, which so what happened is and he's a very cool dude. It's not spelled like that. It's actually yeah. So what I do is like I'll message like headliners asking for guest spots,
Right.
and
Has that gone badly yet?
No, it never does. Well, I mean, it's only happened a few times, but it doesn't ever go badly. But he texted back and he was like, "Yeah, dude, I can get you on the early Friday show because he liked one of my clips. I was like, great, and I checked out his feed and it was all Fox News stuff. And I was like,
Well, I can get grandma out.
yeah, grandma, I found your show. You can come to this one.
I'll pay for your plane ticket.
Yeah, but no, he's a super cool dude. I did the guest spot. He let me host the weekend, which is great. His feature was really nice. His fiance was really nice. It was a great time. So I'm doing it again. And,
You've already done
September.
this?
Yeah.
When was this?
This was in early May.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
I thought that you were saying this was coming up, but you're saying this is coming up again in
This
September?
is coming up again in Irvine. It's in Orange County, right outside of LA. But
Nice.
it's cool, dude.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And that's where everyone wants to be. Do you have any aspirations for being in film at all? You gonna go?
That's
and try
literally
for that?
what I'm going to school for. So I am. I was actually just talking. I was on a meeting with a guy at the school about it today. So I'm going as like a film major, and they have like an entertainment business management program that I'm gonna. Basically, that's what I'm doing. Going to
Nice.
school
That's a
for.
good idea. Do
Yeah.
the business side of
What
it.
do you-
Yeah.
What are you hoping this all comes to? Say outside of stand up. Obviously,
Yeah.
that's the end goal.
Obviously.
What's your contingency plan?
I have no idea. I'm figuring that out over the next 4 years. But that's what
That's a
I'm
good
going to
point.
school for.
That's a great point. Don't go in with any set things. I had 13 different
Yeah.
180s when I was in college.
I mean, I'm going to school like to have a backup plan.
right.
And I want to make that in some sort of like entertainment, producing, whatever job I can get working in that industry. But I have no idea where I'm gonna end up.
Hell yeah, man. The only thing I'd say to you is give yourself some extra notoriety when you get out there, and
Yeah.
just like almost week one, use the fact that you're at Loyola out there, just got there, and go produce your own thing.
Yeah.
If you start putting like not only is this dude coming to the scene and trying to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
in, he's putting on to the scene. People are gonna see and like that's where you're gonna get notoriety. People are
Yeah.
gonna catch up and catch out, like hang out. It's gonna be fucking awesome for you, man. I can't wait to watch that.
No,
over
I
this
can't wait.
course.
I can't wait too.
Do they have good sports out there?
At Loyola or Los Angeles? Los Angeles, yes.
Well, the Loyola.
Loyola, no. They have a decently good basketball team. For like a shitty D1 school, they have a decently good
Nice.
basketball team.
Yeah, so you get to go watch other colleges you really want to see come beat your
Yeah.
team's ass.
Yeah, I get to see USC come in here and just whip our ass. Yeah.
Well, the number one thing I could tell you as someone who's been through college,
Yeah.
the thing you regret as a dude most in college is not going to enough volleyball games.
Yeah.
Go to the volleyball games. You're a
Yeah.
student. You get in free. It's great. It's
Yeah.
so much fun.
I would-
Invite your dad on Parents Weekend. Leave mom at home. I know your dad. He seems like a great guy.
Dad, why did you bring binoculars to Parents Weekend? But no,
Don't worry. Your dad's sitting in there like an old school theater opera.
he's got the monocle.
Yes.
I remember we used to do that in high school. This is the
Yeah.
only reason we went to the volleyball games.
Yeah,
I like volleyball too, but also,
I
yeah.
could give a fuck about volleyball.
I feel like I would go. I don't feel like I'd go alone though. I feel like that would feel so insanely creepy. I don't. Yeah, I would definitely have to go with like a group.
I had to beg a friend.
And I feel like I would try to bring it up, but like not. I don't want to like make it seem like it's my idea. Like I'd throw it out there, like, "Hey, I want to maybe go check out the volleyball game," and then
You want to go watch volleyball? What the fuck? Are you trying
Yeah.
to look at ass? Like, no.
no, it's just I don't know. I've been
I like the
reading
technique.
about the sport.
Very fundamental.
Dude, okay. College volleyball, yes, but my sister is like 14. She plays volleyball. You ever gone to a like middle school girls volleyball tournament?
My sister did like little league girls
Yeah.
volleyball, so like not that experienced and like
It is the
passionate.
It is the worst thing you will ever go to in your entire life. It is
I do
so
remember
miserable.
trying to learn how to play basketball with a volleyball for a lot of those weekends. You're like, oh,
Okay.
there's so much extra loft.
Paxton, now I can see why you couldn't get the cameras on.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. That's why, welcome to the Dingbat District.
Paxton's like, I didn't even know what a basketball was. So I was 13 years
Well,
old.
no, they didn't give me a basketball. I
Yeah,
thought I was going to
yeah.
ruin them because I was kicking them.
Yeah.
You're gonna sit on it,
I was fat, so that would ruin it.
pop it.
Why does this basketball look like an egg? You just see me just looking at it.
Yeah.
No, your parents were
Yeah.
just preparing you for getting older. You know, having the Wilson.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was a long time of the early on in me in stand up. Is one of my favorite jokes was when I was really taking a shit on stage. Is I would love to go and say, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I'm the level of mentally challenged where I don't have any idea or mental faculty that I am mentally challenged, and my parents have to go and warn everyone before I get everywhere. You're like, hey, he's severely mentally challenged, and he doesn't know it.
He has Asperger's, but we just never told him.
No, we knew that.
Unlike when you actually almost took a shit on stage on Monday.
Yeah, on Monday I was slamming my asshole into that seat, just trying to suction cup it in.
I walked up to tell you, like, hey, you're next up, and you're like, oh, cool. I'm going to shit my pants on stage. And I stopped and I turned around. I was like, what? Like, metaphorically or literally? It's like, no, literally, I might shit on the stage.
And then everyone got an extra little kick when I did actually go shit.
Yeah.
I walked right off the stage to the bathroom.
The next comic's, like, first 2 minutes were ruined because, like, that table, like, drunk people, like, oh, he's going to take a shit. He's doing it. He's doing it.
I'm sorry, I kill even when I'm not on stage.
Yeah.
No, that was a vicious shit that hurt. It burned like battery acid. I regret it. But we were talking about high school sports earlier.
Yeah.
You were telling me about a coach that you had.
Not a coach. A
grand coach.
It was a grand coach. So I was when I started in high school, I was a defensive end.
Just so funny because you weren't like, I'm not trying to shit on you're not large.
Well, so to preface this, I suck at football, which I talk about in I talked about in my set.
Go see him live July 7th.
Yeah. Actually, I got a couple coaches coming to that. So,
nice, hell yeah. This is about y'all.
Actually, part of it is, yeah. But so I was a defensive end, not good, but I was like 25 pounds heavier than I am now.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like trying to be a defensive end, and then after junior year, I was like, I'm not starting on the team, and so I lost like 15, 20 pounds. And then I showed up to fall camp my senior year, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna move you to O-line now."
Oh, gee, you lost weight and winked.
Yeah,
it's even worse.
Yeah.
So, but basically, what I was telling you about is that my defensive end coach or my D-line coach, his high school football coach was a homicide detective, and he said they would do practices after school, and he would show up to practices with like blood on his shoes. And I don't know. I just thought that's the worst thing you could have out of a football coach.
You know, he just has a soft pack of cigarettes somewhere around too. He's just fucking ripping those. And like, I go to little kid football games to get away from the murder.
Yeah.
Blake, this is your new Are You Right? Blake and I have been talking about writing
like someone has a good play. It's like, good job, Johnson. You're a killer out there. No, can't say that.
No. You
Yeah.
got to arrest him, darn it. No, we had a coach like that.
Yeah.
He was in Little League. His son was on my team, and I'm not going to say his name because I might have to bleep that out. But he worked for, I want to say W post his presidency. So he was his professional personal security guard.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
So he was just at W's house every day, just hanging around, just riding with him. And we always thought he was like a cool and strong, silent type.
Yeah.
For a reason, and we didn't know what it was until one day he showed up to our football game in August with a duster on. We were like, hey.
What's a duster?
Really long jacket.
Okay, yeah.
You see it on
school
trashy-
shooters.
Yeah.
Oh, like
if you're wearing guns down the side of your hip, it covers that, and that's why they wear that. But yeah, he's wearing a duster. We're like, hey, coach, it's 155 degrees. What the fuck is that? You're wearing leather?
Yeah.
And he just goes,
yeah.
I think you guys are gonna win. Maybe just shows us his guns. We're like, whoa, yeah, coach is badass. We're like, fucking do a desk pop because one of us has seen the other guys recently.
You do a desk pop? Yeah, do a desk pop all the time.
Desk pop all the time.
It's a good movie. If you don't check out Standouts on July 5th, you should watch The Other Guys. That's great.
If you're gonna listen to one thing,
Yeah,
you're not gonna come to our show.
If you're not gonna come to my show, you should watch The Other Guys. It's a great movie.
I saw that movie in theaters whenever it came out.
Really?
Dude, it was fucking great.
Oh, 09?
Dude, I heard My Hero on the radio earlier this week. I could not stop laughing.
Yeah, aim for the bushes.
Aim for the bushes.
Mine was always old school. That like as much as I've
that's
forgotten it now too, forced concussions and bong
Yeah.
resin.
Yeah.
But that was the one. You're my boy, Blue.
Yeah. Frank the Tank.
Yeah.
Granted, Kevin Costner quoting TLC will always be a fucking fantastic
At
moment.
in the wedding. Yeah.
No scrub. You're like, he's doing that on purpose.
Don't go chasing waterfalls, guys.
Come on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So I do always get interested when it's someone's first
Yeah.
time on. We've talked about this before too. So I know
Yeah.
like John Mulaney was a big guy, but who
Yeah.
are your big inspirations when you were starting out?
So John Mulaney was like my biggest inspiration. He was the first stand-up I ever got exposed to was when I was like 8 years old. I was at my aunt's house and we watched New in Town and Comeback Kid back to back.
Oh, so good.
That's like perfect stand up right there.
You gotta hope that's a miracle, and no, it's for the worse.
Yeah.
Oh man, those
Yeah.
are so good.
No,
I implore you, if you haven't yet, you got to go listen to the audio albums.
I listened to his like his very first audio album when he's talking about like being at the subway station and he's like he thought the lady in front of him heard the train coming and she's running from him.
So there we were at 3:00 in the morning. I'm running from something and she's running from me. And that's when I learned I'm terrified.
Because in her eyes, I'm an adult and adults each other.
Oh no, I'm a little boy.
I'm not gonna rip you. I'm a little boy. But yeah, I listen to him a lot. I listened to Jim Gaffigan when I was a kid because that's like what my parents would let me listen to.
Yeah, you got intro people like,
but I wouldn't necessarily say is one of my influences. Chappelle, even though he's the greatest to ever do it.
except for he finally had his fall off, which is nice to see. He's a human after all.
Yeah.
I
still listen to it though.
Oh yeah, you got
because I'm a Chappelle fan, so
Right.
like even like when he's not telling jokes, I still enjoy it. I was listening to him today.
really.
Yeah, listen to him talk about meeting OJ Simpson.
Oh, remind me about that
He
one. I
like
can't remember.
he like shook hands with OJ Simpson, and OJ Simpson walked away, and all of his agents were like, "How could you? How could you shake hands with that murderer?" He was like, "Respectfully, that murderer rushed for over 11,000 yards." But yeah.
Oh man, those are great. But yeah, like everyone's got those intro people. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like most people watch Fluffy. I don't know anyone that's the
Yeah.
biggest Fluffy fan of all time.
Yeah.
Jeff Dunham was a big one.
Jeff Dunham was a
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
one.
Mhm.
I like, as much as people shit on him, I always give him the one prop in that everyone found a way to be racist just by being racist. He made it puppets. That's fun.
It is a new thing.
He
Yeah.
was a racist. It was all 5 of his puppets.
That
with
was
his
like
hand up
one
his
of the
ass.
first like big viral YouTube videos was Ahmed the Dead Terrorist.
Yeah, I remember too many kids were saying "Silence, I'll kill you" all the way
Yeah.
up through Medlin Middle School.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of 12-year-old kids just screaming "I'll kill you," and then none of the teachers being worried because it was 2012 at the time.
Yeah, that's just what kids do.
Yeah. You're like, they're being kids, and now there's like one person says KIL, and just fucking everyone sprints away.
Dude, well, I mean, when they started introducing Xbox is when that's when it all ended because that's over now because all those conversations are being recorded when you're playing with your friends on Xbox. You're just hearing all
Those are
the-
recorded.
Well, no, I'm sure they recorded.
How far back do you think that goes?
What's the statute on that?
This took a weird turn. This isn't what.
Yeah.
No, like you.
If you go back in those transcripts, it may or may not look like a Quentin Tarantino movie, and that's not my fault.
No, but like you tell me you've never been playing Xbox and not like if someone heard what we were saying right now, I'd be
Oh, buddy.
in prison. Yeah, that's all I'm trying to say.
No, I'm right there with you.
Yeah,
I was just finding out in real time that is a thing.
Oh, I mean, I don't know for sure if it's a thing.
Oh, okay.
Don't take anything I say.
Don't give them ideas,
seriously.
George.
No, but I'm sure they do.
Well, but
I
you
would
got to
imagine.
remember, I'm an idiot, so I'm
Actually-
too gullible.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it is a thing because the terrorists were using the Xbox Live party chat for a while to communicate with each other, and
What?
the CIA figured it out.
And they were using Call of Duty to practice.
Yeah.
That's how they were pulling their next line of terrorists. They're like, this guy's pretty good.
Or they were doing a flight simulator.
Well, now all these fucking nerds are still just playing Flight Simulator and actually killing real people in fucking Iran.
Yeah.
At the time of shooting this, fucking a fourth strike was just launched at fucking Israel.
Yeah.
And it looks like you and I are in top shape to go back into the war.
We're not rolling yet, are we? Yeah.
It was like that video I sent you yesterday.
Which
where
one?
is the recruiter is there and the kid's getting wheeled out and he's like, "Arr!"
Oh, yeah. He's... God damn it, Blake. You can't make fun of my people like
Look
that.
that up.
Did you send that to me on
Yeah,
Instagram?
yeah, I think so.
I think I might have.
Yeah, thankfully I don't have to go back.
Yeah. They wouldn't let you back in, would they?
No.
Let you back to what?
The military.
Go back to the
yeah.
military.
Wow, I am way far down on people you talk to. That's crazy. I am your best fucking friend. That's fucking ridiculous. Okay, so yeah, basically some guy was getting fake mentally challenged and just wheeled out in a wheelchair to avoid the draft.
Like, what
that's
happened
insane.
to him?
When in all actuality, you should know that's who you want in your military. Guys are who are just going to have a good time and do their job.
Yeah.
They're gonna love every second of it, and that's why I'm probably gonna get drafted. I'm just making a fucking message to a recruiter for myself.
Yeah, I should probably be making a case why I shouldn't be drafted. My legs don't work. I got a bad back. You know, I'm not very
I'm
useful.
a pacifist.
I'm a pacifist.
I don't like murder or war.
I'm actually going to college. I'm taking a sociology class. I don't believe in war. Actually,
Just bring it back to.
I feel like if a
equal
recruiter
love of the 60s.
heard that, he'd just be like, "Jesus, no, you're going now. You're going
Now you need to go.
Now you need to go."
No, it reminds me of an old joke I was trying to do. I need to bring it back. But I was out at a restaurant one time on a date, and out of nowhere, an old friend from high school came over and just like he was serving people there.
Yeah.
And he started like kind of sort of hitting on the girl I was there with.
Yeah.
And like I looked at her, I was like, do I really have to do something on Valentine's Day to get my friend to stop hitting on my girlfriend? And then I remembered that's the only friend that's kicked my ass. It just beat me mercilessly.
So now you gotta get him back.
I got to get him back, but fuck me, did he mess me up when we were kids?
Was she hot?
Man.
Why are you talking about it then?
Let's pull her up right now.
Because I was
Pull her up.
because we were talking about football stuff, and I was bringing up how Nevers beat my fucking brakes to pieces. So you weren't a fat kid, so you might not have this. I thought when you're fat and there was a little fat on fat violence of old friends, it was just it was Kim's it happened, and that was just fate. And I called my friend Nevers a baby hippo because he took his shirt off.
Yeah.
And then when I thought he was coming over to like laugh or talk to me, he punched me in the face, hit me against the locker, like to the point where the kids that bullied me picked me up and were like, "Hey, are you okay?" Like, "Are you fine?"
Yeah.
And then our football coach walks in, he looks over and sees us, and he's breaking us up, and he's like, "Nevers, fucking 100 push-ups. What the hell?"
His name was Nevers?
He's Albanian.
Oh.
Yeah. His nickname wasn't better. It was Boozy. He was just fucking ethnic as hell.
Huh.
But he goes, "Boozy, fighting in the football locker room, 100 push-ups. And Bailey, getting your ass kicked naked in the football locker room, 100 push-ups." I was like, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
But did you ever get into the locker room fights?
I didn't get into it, but I would love watching them so much.
Oh, they're fun. They're
It's so
fucking
great.
neat.
Dude,
Just
oh my
watching
God.
fucking Fight Club in a concrete
Two
room.
kids beat the shit out of me. It's so great. And it would always be because we'd practice in the morning, and I don't think there's any. I think my favorite memories of football are putting on my underwear and then hearing somebody go, "Oh shit!" and then everybody like forms a group around in the back of the lockers and just watching one kid get his ass kicked.
Just for dumb shit.
We had two brothers. One was in my grade, the other was in the grade beneath me, and they beat the shit out of each other one morning.
That's brotherly love.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
But that's even better because it's like, all right, nothing serious is going on, and you get to watch two people
And
beat
you
the
don't-
shit out of each
yeah,
other.
you don't break that up.
Yeah.
That's family shit.
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
get in on family business. You just make popcorn. That's awesome. We had one kid that like the two losers of the team
Yeah.
fought. Like, if you thought you weren't playing, holy shit,
Yeah.
these guys didn't even see the water jug. Like, they
Yeah.
weren't allowed to get water.
Yeah.
And they just got into a fist fight, and then everyone's like, "Oh shit, fucking Shittle, Shittle and fucking who's the Solomon are fighting? Hell yeah!"
Yeah.
We roll up around them, and
It's like-
Solomon gets punched so hard in the jejunum. I
Yeah.
don't know what that's actually called, but I'd call it that from Tropic
Jejunum?
Thunder.
Jejunum? You call it Jejunum?
Yeah, from Tropic Thunder. When
No, that was old. No,
I don't remember,
that
but
was
it was Will Ferrell, and he gets punched in the stomach. and
Will
that's the first
Ferrell
time
was
he throws
not in
up.
Tropic Thunder.
Oh no! Oh god!
Semi-pro, yeah.
I was thinking of the Flint Tropics. Yeah. When he gets punched in the stomach. But yeah, he gets punched in the stomach, and his eyes roll into the back of his head,
Yeah.
and we all go from like a fun fight to like, oh god, we just watched a kid die, and now we got to call
Dude,
someone's mom.
So we played a team called Prestonwood. Have you heard of the Super
Yeah,
Church
yeah.
Prestonwood? They had a high school, and we would play them, and like their big thing was they would like both the teams would get together and pray afterwards because it was a religious school.
Afterwards,
Yeah, after the game.
that's so problematic.
Dude, so when we played them this year, it was like the final play of the game, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but like our D end was over here, and the rest of the team was over here, and there was like 3 Prestonwoods over here, and buzzer's already gone off, and they just start beating the fuck out of each other. Somebody said something, they start beating the shit out of each other. And I mean, it was intense. And then they separate them. And I remember my coach going, "Get the like separate them." Going, "All right, now let's get together and pray." And so they all just interlocked arms and prayed. Like they didn't want to
half
kill
of this
each
team
other.
is praying for the death of the other half. Now's
Yeah.
not the time.
Yeah,
Oh man, that's odd.
it is. It was weird.
I don't. Thankfully, we didn't have a whole lot of that, or you didn't have to sit in on
Yeah.
that. I'm not religious, so like
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that stuff kind of wigged me out my whole life.
Yeah,
But like, just imagining, you're like, all right, and now let's bring the Lord into it. Like, we lost 77-0. Can you fuck off? Like,
Well,
obviously God's not on our side.
And it would be a close game too, which is so much worse because it's like 20 seconds ago you were like dialed in to beat the shit out of these people. But, yeah.
It's not one of those games where you lost in the second quarter. You lost in the you lost
so
in the last 20
so at least you
seconds.
can process it a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
After that, you're like, all right, you did beat our fucking shit in. We're going to fucking Whataburger after this. You want to come?
Yeah.
But then you were just enemies. That was,
you were just literally 20 seconds ago. Y'all were trying to kill each other. I don't know.
Do you ever watch these videos that are coming up on TikTok of like old men football, like tackle football?
Oh yeah,
No.
I've seen that.
I haven't seen any of this. What is
There's
this?
It's a 37U, so like a 37-year-old and
yeah.
like down to like maybe like 27 or something like that.
I bet all these dudes are just ripped on testosterone.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
and they're
Just-
all fighting every single day. Like every clip I see is just a fist fight from two grown men that have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, they're just taking out their wife on.
Their wife hates them. This is their only enjoyment in life. Like that's a fucking
Oh shit! It's like tackle football.
yeah.
It's a guy
my
from The
God.
Blind Side.
What a oh,
This is
what a terrible idea. Okay. I thought it'd be like all the like high school football dads who like miss the glory days suiting up pads, but no, this is cool.
you're probably not wrong. This is probably all the high school football dads that were like the coach was fucking up.
Oh,
so they're
now
like,
it's some asshole talk. This is our job.
Yeah, this is. I'm gonna go back to that. That was the most unathletic play I've ever seen. Oh, stop talking.
I wonder if I still have access to my huddle. Because there's a play.
If we pull your huddle up on here.
Dude, let me see.
Jesus Christ.
That move alone just tore his ACL. Fucking-
Well, that's like if you go and play basketball at the gym. There's always that one guy that thinks he should have made the NBA.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, fuck off.
Fuck off with your fucking tights.
Just trying to lose some weight, man.
Right. We're just here to have a good time. Do you still have access to your huddle?
I'm going to download the app and see if my login still works. If it still works, we should definitely pull that up. Because I'm going to see if I can find the play. So
Dude.
there, I'm gonna look into this while we.
Ended in a wild brawl. Look at that's
Oh
fucking.
my god.
That's. Let's see.
It's the best feeling ever. I
Oh,
didn't
it's this
play
guy
a lot.
Again. This guy's a fucking influencer
Oh my
for 37-year-old. He's not even 37 yet.
No, that dude was old. He had gray in his.
I want to go back to this old dude pass setting.
Yeah, nothing like shredding your ACL whenever you're 38.
I know. Like these dudes all have jobs. Like,
yeah.
That's the one thing about being in the NFL is if you tear your ACL, your life isn't that fucked up because that's part of your job.
Yeah, you're still making $50,000 a week.
Look at fucking 77.
Oh, they took me off of it. But
Oh, we might have to get a wide shot on this one, Blake. You see him?
which one?
I scrub back here. It's this one. This guy right here is just that's the left tackle. He's just barely moving. It's just all momentum.
I want to see like a 65U football game.
Oh god.
That's almost elder abuse at that
Oh
point.
my god. I can pass that better than that.
It looked like he was doing the electric shuffle. I haven't seen a completed pass yet.
We had let me see if I can find a video of it. We had one kid who like couldn't bend down. Like he played O-line. Like honestly, like as much as I hate to admit it, like me because I sucked. But he couldn't bend down, and then whenever he'd pass it, he'd like his legs would wobble and he would do this like he's a puppet.
He had
Was
baby
he just
giraffe
too,
legs.
Was he just too fat?
He was just so unathletic and also a little chubby. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
We had a kid named Colton Kindle that was like that. Our coach would call him baby giraffe legs because he would just get into pass set and just like,
Yeah.
how are your knees not caving in on themselves? Like, I'd never seen anyone that stood like up until his knees, it was straight up and down and his legs flared out like this. It was the craziest looking thing. It defied physics.
Did I ever tell you what happened whenever I was in high school with the Crum football quarterback?
No, what happened
He
to
was
him?
like a star quarterback,
Yeah.
and he lit his girlfriend's house on fire.
Jesus,
Oh.
doing what?
I don't know. I think he was high on K2.
Is this not the story? Oh,
He
just
lit his
brought it-
girlfriend's house on fire.
Yeah.
Is that all you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, he went to prison.
Damn, dude. He had a girlfriend? No.
Yeah. Well, he's a star quarterback.
Lucky son of a bitch, yeah.
Some of these stars burn out bright, Blake.
Yeah. Well, he did.
he shined too bright.
Some of them just burn too hot, too
No,
fast.
actually,
Some of them just burned too bright.
what it was, he lit his girlfriend's dog on fire, and then the
Oh.
dog ran into the house.
All right, that's
and
pretty
then,
fucked up.
Yeah, caught the
Blake.
house on fire.
Jesus, you got to say that
Oh
the
my
first
God.
time.
A hot dog. How did y'all miss that?
There we go.
That's its own missile crisis.
Yeah.
Just sending in a fucking torpedo of a hot dog.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's so funny.
They're like, these fucking Americans have a sense of humor. All right.
These guys get it.
Oh my god, dude. That's insane.
How much do you hate a dog? Or hate
I
a
would
person
nev-
to fuck up
I
a
would
dog?
never do that to a dog. That's terrible. A cat, I would, but
Oh, hey now, we got 4 here.
I know.
I'm training them. I'll train them to fight.
You're not training them.
I know. One of
you
them's
talking
very
about?
fat.
cat.
I'm trying to make them all fat. When an army of little fat cats.
One's already fat.
I know.
You're not,
Three to
you're
go.
not building an army. You're building a wall of just fat cats.
That's the wall from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's just, or
3 men sit
Yeah.
atop my 4 cats.
What are you feeding your cats?
Whatever they want. They run the house, dude. They're awake at night when I'm trying to sleep, so whatever they want, they get.
Yeah, dude, those guys are fucking crackheads.
I know, and the baby likes to sleep under my ass while I'm asleep. I sleep on my side, and she'll crawl up into the little fucking nook that I make between my butt cheek and fucking thigh. And I'm like, I can't move or fart. I can't move or fart, and those are my 2 favorite things to do trying to go to bed.
we just got a new puppy.
Oh yeah, what kind?
It's a terrier.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. She likes to bite in like the weirdest place. She was sitting on my lap yesterday. She bit me like right here, like under, like in the most tender places you can find.
They're nipping herding
Yeah.
dogs. Yeah.
It is.
We had
It's
an Australian.
terrifying.
We had an Australian Shepherd growing up, and she was a herding dog too.
We have an Australian Shepherd. We
Oh,
have
yeah?
2 dogs.
Oh, that one and this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, and a third. But
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, you have 2 Australian Shepherds? Is that what you're saying?
No, we just got the terrier, an Australian Shepherd, and a black Labrador.
Oh, so you got all high energy.
Yeah, except the
jeez.
black lab's pretty dumb. She's like the Paxton of dogs.
There
She's
you go.
like-
And tell me that's not the best dog to have.
It is great. She's my favorite one.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
lay down next to me on the ground and just
Yeah.
start stroking my back. I'm
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
You give me a treat, I'm just a blessing.
All right. I
That's
don't
why-
think you could have said any of that if I was still in high school.
Why do you think we waited?
yeah,
Dude, there are records of text in George and my text that say, man, maybe not until you're out of high school.
I do remember Paxton telling me one night, he was like, I'd love to have you on the podcast. I'm not doing it when you're still in high school. But yeah.
Well, that was more me being worried about my own fears, because if I went on a podcast when I was in high school,
Yeah.
all the kids are like, oh, you went on a fucking podcast? And then some random thing I said would be the fucking death of me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I didn't tell him about when I did it with Hugo. This is a little different because it's got videos and stuff. And
Right.
I've
You
said a
can't-
couple funny things, so that makes it better. But
Well, that and we cut the funny things out as clips so they don't have to come and watch.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
and we also cut out the like shit we were saying before we started rolling.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it was
The horrible
about.
curse words and my plot to destroy the government.
Yeah.
Hey, that didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
Come on, you can't throw that in after plot to throw the government. That just makes that one sound real.
We're not rolling yet, are we?
Either that or a hot dog is the name of the episode.
Yeah, hot dog. Can't believe y'all missed that. That is, no, that's great, dude.
That's a fun name. You nailed that right on the
Yeah.
head. But poop. I wanted to show you Roger Rod. Have you ever heard of this guy?
Yeah, no. It's I can tell he's a comedian.
Yeah, he's a comedian from the 90s.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious because I know your story about your first comedy show.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that this isn't what you turned into, George. This guy
Is this his
name
first show?
No, this is him on To Catch a Rising. No, Who's Got Jokes from like the 90s.
Yeah.
And this guy is what you call a pandering fanatic. He's a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Because I hear this all the time. How come you dress like you're black? Simple answer, I'm trying to meet a white girl.
It's just every worst thing that your uncle has probably said in your entire life.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Blake. And all these children.
I've been playing black cause for about 12 years. I got to tell you, I have learned a lot about white people from listening to black comedians.
Do we have one of these in the scene? We don't have to name them if there is one, but I'm trying to think.
Smell like wet dogs.
No. Not this good of a performer, but yeah, we got shitty comics all over DFW. Yeah.
Say racist shit.
Yeah, we have racist and bad comics all over DFW. But-
I remember one. I'll cut his name out since this is my job.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
Yes, no, that's you nailed that on the
Yeah.
head. That is exactly right.
Type of guy who would literally say, because I'm pretty sure I've heard him say it, I date black girls so I can say the N-word.
Probably, yeah.
That's that type of guy. Just the fact that he's from Louisiana is his cred. Yeah. Funny enough, this guy is now a poker player professionally. He's not even still a comic.
Huh.
He did Who's Got Jokes.
Yeah,
and
I think he'd be playing blackjack. But
just talking about weaves.
yeah.
I've also learned
But the worst part about this is he's saying the worst jokes, and the people in the audience are just it's giving him a standing O.
Well, it's because I think it's because he comes out there with confidence. But yeah. No, that is the exact opposite of what I do, or what I would have done in that situation.
No, from the jump, I mean, as soon as I heard that cycling joke, and that was pretty early on into my singing, that's a great fucking joke.
Yeah.
You're not a hack whatsoever. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here.
Well, I meant like a all black crowd was what I was trying to say.
Right. Yeah.
Which,
okay. So if you want to go ahead and tell that story, that's a fun story.
It's not an eventful story, but basically, so I was like 4 months in, and Wizop, who's on the show on July 5th, good dude, put me on his show at Arlington Improv, and it was literally Prince's of comedy. It was all black comedians, and the show was near sold out. All of Wizop's people, so all black crowd.
Do you remember the venue?
Arlington Improv.
Oh, did you say that? Oh, damn.
Yeah. And so it was the only white people or non-black people there were me and my two parents sitting right up front, and every single comic went up and just roasted the shit out of them for the entire time. The host was up there, and he was like talking about music, and he looked at both my parents and he goes, "Y'all like hip hop?" And my dad did this, and my mom goes, "Yes."
Does your mom like hip hop?
Like she likes like white woman hip hop, but not what he was talking about.
Right,
jokes.
Vanilla Ice and stuff like that.
You nailed it on the head. Yeah, and I was like
Van Winkle.
Yeah.
Oh man, so you were sitting there, the only white comic on. Everyone, what did you go on in the lineup?
I was like in the middle. So,
okay.
yeah, and I was very nervous leading up to it, but by the time like I was about to go up, I mean, I was still nervous, but like I started laughing because I was like, this is the most bizarre situation I've ever been in my entire life.
Yep, and hopefully they keep getting more bizarre because those are the fun ones.
Yeah, dope. That was a great show.
Maybe not one of my first shows, but one of the first shows, or one of the last shows I stopped taking off of Facebook.
Yeah,
the show that made me stop taking shows off of Facebook.
Yeah.
I've talked about this before. I
used to take shows off of Facebook.
What do you mean you take shows off of Facebook?
Just anytime someone was like, I need someone that does 15 minutes. I'm like, I do 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'd had 7 or something.
Yeah.
I showed up at this one venue. It was supposed to start at 7.
Yeah.
I got there at 6:30 or something like that.
Yeah.
It got pushed back to not starting till 10.
Yeah.
It was a black biker club. So like the first person I meet is an old man on a trike.
Yeah.
And it's just a big black dude with a fucking cut on.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey man, I'm here for a comedy show. He's like, what? And I go, that's not a good sign.
That's really the only story I have of a show. I did do when Google Arts Festival was here.
The Google Arts Festival. It's besides the point.
And downtown.
Yeah.
I did like a bar show. The sun was still out, and it was like 6 people who came like for the Google Arts Festival, and like they'd never watched comedy before, and that was pretty rough. That was like one of the worst set I ever did. Completely random story. It was an open mic at Big Laugh. It was an open mic at Big Laugh, and it was like I was like a month into stand up, and it was like a group. It was like from a bachelorette party. It was like 15 people. And you know how like sometimes you'll bomb, but you'll get like
the sympathies.
Yeah. I wasn't even getting that. I was telling punchlines, and it was literally just dead silence, and they were just staring at me. And so I'm new to this, and I'm like terrified. This is going terribly. And I check my phone to see if I have any jokes left, and like 2 of the people from the bachelorette party are like talking to each other.
Oh god.
But I thought they were saying something about my last joke. I thought they were talking to me. So I look up at my phone and I go, "What's that?" And they weren't talking to me, so they just stopped and stared at me. And we just stared at each other. And I had nowhere else to go, so I just said, "All right, that's my time." Thank you very much. My name is George Brown.
You know when to get off, though. That's a great quality to have. No, so this brought me back. I did have an incident again the other night.
Yeah.
And I notoriously can be bad with some people that are heckling. And I'm a hothead, and it's in recovery. I'm working on it. But the other night at DCC, I finally made it up. I'm like a notorious 24 through 30 on that list.
Yeah.
And then I finally make it at 10.
Yeah.
I got a nice prime spot right in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in there waiting, and everyone's talking about this one lady that just keeps talking during everyone's set. Oh God. And I was like, all right, well, I'm 10th, so, she's not going to get through 9 people if she's already drunk at fucking 7:30.
Yeah.
She's there for the whole show, apparently.
Yeah.
She gets to my set, and she's still talking, and I'm just, I'm barely getting through what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I just stop. I go, hey, will you shut the fuck up, please?
Yeah.
And it's the first time I was ever an asshole, and everyone was like, yeah, fuck that lady. I got a fist bump walking off the stage from a 75-year-old man.
That's
Like,
awesome.
I hated her. I was like, oh my
Dude,
God.
I've never ran into like an actual heckler. You will get like a bunch of drunk people, but
Well, don't do what I did and get mean, because then you won't get booked.
Yeah.
You're a nice
Yeah.
boy. Just be nice.
I
to
usually
them.
just ignore it, which is a good and a bad thing sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good thing, except for when you get the one asshole that thinks like he can
Yeah.
use that to punk you.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, you're gonna let me talk? And you're like, no,
Yeah.
I was just letting it go.
Yeah.
I was just being the bigger person. But
yeah. People suck. I hate them. Yeah.
have you had any heckler stories yet?
Not really. I had a drunk guy. I went to Sharks once, and I had a drunk guy there.
It's so funny that so many people say that line to me.
But you
I've
went to,
gone to Sharks once.
yeah,
And there was a drunk guy.
yeah.
It
that was
sucks because the people that come there ruin it for him, because he does a good thing. It's
yeah. No, he was a good dude. He was cool about it. I bombed him and Gordo. We're cool about it. So.
Yeah. It's hard to not bomb there. I've been
Yeah.
doing Sharks Room since I started for over 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
And every other time I eat a big
Yeah.
fat cock on that stage.
Yeah.
You're like, at a
And
certain
then the
point, we're
set
just
doesn't
yelling.
go well either. So.
Well, if that opener doesn't hit, this
Yeah.
crowd is not going to get it with my stuff. You've
Yeah.
seen it's all just about
Yeah.
pooping and sucking dick.
yeah, yeah.
If I don't get those, I don't have you.
And same with, opposite with my stuff. Like, if they're expecting like dirty stuff or like crowd work stuff, I'm not gonna give that to them really. So
right.
yeah.
I wouldn't say you're not going to give it to him. You have your dirty
I
side.
have
but,
a
like,
couple, but like
I'm
I
not
don't
even
know.
going to say you're prim and proper, because I usually use that to shit on people. But
Yeah.
like you're a refined dude.
Yeah.
Your qualities have
Yeah.
always been. You were a fucking 45-year-old man when I met you, George.
Yeah.
Walked up and
Yeah.
shook my hand and said, "Hi, I'm George.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you." I was like, what the fuck? You were younger than me. I'm like,
That's true.
I'm a pussy. Like, if I
You
can't
from the future.
these damn kids these days.
I know. It's fucking, all of them talking about TikTok. You're like, have you met George? George is an accountant, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's also stand up. Like, I'm around adults, so there's no room for me to like be a child. Not that I'm like trying to be, but it's like,
And as soon as we get off camera, for as much as I was openly talking shit while these cameras were on too, I'll tell you a couple names that I'm glad you're not like.
no, yeah, no, definitely. I'd rather be, I'd rather be Lisa Simpson than like, yeah.
You do ask a lot of questions, which is fine. People
Yeah.
love answering questions and getting
Yeah.
to feel like top dog. But some of these other people are like, I'm going to stuff something on my butt. And you're like,
Yeah.
all right, you fucking,
Rudy
Yeah.
Ventura.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But no, I'm really glad that you're still going, and like
Yeah.
it's still going strong for you, because
Yeah.
when you started and I started like catching you, you were really going strong. Your
Uh-huh.
first show was at the Addison Improv, which is huge, or not Addison, Arlington Improv,
Yeah.
which is huge.
Mhm.
And then you were just steadfast, always getting on a Big Laugh. You were
Yeah.
starting to do a little more with DCC and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Now you're a fucking notable guy that's
Yeah.
almost always on Big Laugh when you don't have something else going on.
Yeah.
And you're running shows through there. That's fucking great, man.
Yeah, no, it's been a great year of stand up. It's been great.
Yeah, and you've got a nice little resume to take to college.
Yeah.
So, have you been? What's the situations like out there? Have you met anyone you're going to school with yet, or are you going in blind?
A little bit. So they have like social media pages where you can like reach out to people. I've talked to some people a little bit, but
It's so funny.
Yeah.
I did the same things, and the
Yeah.
social media pages are like, oh, I've got like 200 new friends. That's cool.
yeah.
And then you just for the rest of the year hang out with your roommate. You're
Yeah,
like,
I
those
would
people
imagine.
fucking suck.
Yeah. But no, it'll be cool, dude. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, man. I hope you come back, and
Oh yeah.
when you come back, please, if you have like, hey, I'm gonna be back this date to this date, please reach out. Please come back on.
No, of course.
We'd love to talk about what's
Did my voice crack?
just a little bit, just to show the audience that you are still a young guy. But hey, that's not bad.
Storm out of here.
We're at 58 minutes. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh
Shit,
man,
yeah.
that's fun. But no, like, please, if you're ever
No, of
back in
course.
town, please come back on. Hopefully by then everyone's a friend and we're able to just get random people on, because that's
Yeah.
always what's fun.
Yeah.
And like, I hope you keep posting too, because
No,
everyone
absolutely.
here is going to want to see what you're doing out there.
No,
I mean,
yeah.
mostly for selfish benefits, because if I come up, I better have a couch to stay on in your fucking apartment.
I mean,
but, you know,
maybe, but yeah.
His dorm room.
one futon or another, I'm
You're-
gonna find a way.
Paxton, you were one of the comics I would actually like let crash with me. There have been some that would be like, "Hey, I'll come up to LA and stay with you," and I'm like, "No, the fuck you're not."
Here's why I love you. I appreciate you saying that, but there is no chance in hell that if I go to LA, I'll text you 100%. I'd love to get to hang out with you. I'm sleeping on my own bed.
No.
I have to eat naked in bed and just use my chest as a fucking shitty little side table, and I'm gross. I'm going to be gross for the last hour of the day, and you don't need to see that.
Yeah.
You need to stay focused on your studies.
All right.
Not this grown man bear sleeping on your couch.
Do the statistics homework.
Oh my God, Paxton, did you
Paxton,
eat a
what the
whole
fuck?
box of Pop-Tarts?
Paxton, please just put some underwear on, dude.
No, I gotta let it breathe. You don't understand yet, George. These college girls, they like an aired out sack.
Paxton, is that a cat up your ass?
Shut up.
Who is that naked dude in George's dorm room? Oh, he does stand up. Oh, okay.
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. He seems like a nice guy.
He seems like a nice guy. Yeah.
Just imagine, just telling people he's a comic, like, so he's actually doing pretty good. That's not a bad guy.
Yeah.
If he's a regular person, he's a fucking demon.
Yeah.
Like, what were you in school? Like, there's the like the class clown, the cut up, the like.
Yeah.
Were you just the guy that leaned into your friends that was funny?
I was when I was like a kid, elementary school, I was very much like a class clown, kind of loud type. Yeah, and then like in middle school, I started to like become quieter and shyer, and
Was there a thing that made you like, all right, maybe silence is key? Did you say one dumb thing in 5th grade?
It was just like switching schools, COVID and stuff, that kind of thing.
Right. So when did COVID start for you?
So COVID, I was in
I gotta laugh.
When did COVID start?
COVID. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to. I'm just jealous.
You gotta get the damn thing back on.
You got extra life in your blood. I'm just jealous of you, just like everyone else. Don't let your youth become hate.
All right. Okay.
Calling me dumb.
There we go.
We'll keep that out for your college resume.
Yeah, please cut out the voice cracks.
Just doing an ADR. Is that what it is? ADR?
It's a hot dog.
And you know that's going to be a clip too, so everyone's going to hear it.
What, the voice crack? Yeah, it's fine. As long as you put whatever the funniest thing I said was.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be Tuesday, and then Friday's going to be second, and then Sunday's going to be the voice crack.
Okay, yeah. I am perfectly fine with it. Content's content.
Content? So, COVID was starting.
Okay, COVID. So COVID. I was in 7th grade, and okay, that's enough of that.
Have you seen I Love You, Man? Give it everything you got. Everything you got.
I was in 7th grade. 7th grade, like spring, COVID hit, and then COVID hit, and then I changed schools over COVID, and so like when we came back, we were doing like a day of school a week, and everything else was online.
Right.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Yeah. So like that was like my 8th grade year. So my 8th grade year was fucking terrible.
Do you feel like, since you were so young when that
Yeah.
happened, do you feel like your social skills are like a little worse than they would have been?
I feel like at that time, yeah, but I feel like getting over that hump actually like strengthened them a little bit, if that makes sense.
Right. They always say when like if you tear your knee, you rehabbing it and your knee comes back stronger.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I was just kind of a quieter kid, middle school, and then going into high school, I was like still kind of a quieter kid. And actually, I started writing jokes because I was like, man, I used to be like so like funny and obnoxious, and like, and so I started writing jokes, and that's kind of part of what led me to stand up.
Right. Dude, that's genuinely so sweet.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
Yeah.
I used to be so fun for everyone and obnoxious a little bit, and now everyone's a little bored by me, so I'm going to write everyone jokes.
Yeah.
That's
I'm going to be your clown. Guys, look at me.
Come on.
Please look
I
at
bought
me.
the shoes.
Yeah.
But no, that's so funny to me that you were at one point a cut up, because you're, like I said, you've always been calm.
Yeah.
Which is so refreshing when you meet a young person.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily mean calm, because you meet some calm people and you're like, oh, they're not calm, they're just miserable.
Or
just
they're not
waiting for the
calm.
end.
They're planning something.
Yeah. Well, it's your joke about turning 21 or 25.
You can't wait to die. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to die.
Yeah. Can't wait to die.
So that's so COVID started when you were in 7th grade.
Yeah.
That's great, because
And it didn't get fully lifted till like freshman year. We were still doing masks for a little bit, and so like, sophomore year is when like things started to feel normal
Okay.
again.
So okay, you had a little bit of resurgency
Yeah.
back in okay.
Yeah.
So that's how I ended college. Was my junior and senior
Yeah.
year was COVID.
Which sucks, but yeah.
I didn't mind it. I didn't. By that
Well-
point, I wasn't drinking anymore, so I like being
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah. Plus, like, Jacob Marshall was telling me school was so much easier, like, because he was in college too when COVID hit.
Yeah, they hadn't figured out how to get all the dirt people like me to
Yeah.
stop cheating because they couldn't stop all the
Yeah.
websites. And Quizlet
It
and
was-
Kahoot was the fucking shit.
It
man.
was so great. I was in a Zoom class once, and a kid unmuted his microphone to tell the teacher his mic wasn't working. It was like, but yeah.
Oh man, I didn't even have like a whole lot of Zoom classes like that. The one thing
Yeah.
I did over Zoom like that was my fucking when I got arrested for my MIP. I was doing like they
Yeah.
were making me take it defensive driving because because I got caught being drunk. I'm like, I don't even drive.
Yeah, that's fucked
They
up.
rented a party bus. So like
Yeah.
I was fine on a stripper pole because I was so blackout drunk.
Yeah.
They're like I wasn't even driving. They made me sit through defensive driving, and then like by the end of it, you're like, all right, who wasn't here for defensive driving? And I was like me.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, you and the one other person, what'd you do? And both drinking things. They're like, oh. All right, well, here's
Yeah.
the next 30 minutes for y'all. Everyone else can leave. They're like, why the fuck was I here?
Yeah.
And, like,
It
I
sucks.
know how to drive safe.
What did they tell you? Just like, don't do it again?
Yeah,
Or,
it
like-
was just like, if you're going to drink, get a DD, and also don't get drunk if you're not 21. And I was like, well, that's not going to happen.
yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Nice try, though. But no, don't fall into that. Don't become an addict, George.
Don't get an MIP.
Don't get an MIP.
Yeah.
You don't have much longer. Well, no, you're 18. So
I got almost 19, so almost 2 more years.
there you go. Just
Yeah.
drink at home. It just summate your night drinking at home. As much
Or
as that
just
makes you seem like an
don't drink.
alcoholic.
Don't
no,
drink.
that is so much worse than because then you are an alcoholic.
Yeah,
What's
but you're not
the-
driving.
Well, I
Invite all
mean-
your friends over. Don't do it in
Okay.
the dorms.
Yeah.
Befriend a guy that's really bad at school that lives off campus, so you have somewhere to crash every
Probably looks like me.
night. Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely looks like Blake. Mine was Zach, but looked like Blake. Yeah, 100%. He'll feed you a little bit, and you can crash on
Yeah.
this big ass fucking beanbag chair that smells like his dog's. It's a fun thing. You're gonna have
Yeah.
fun.
No, it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be
Can't
good,
wait.
man. Well, will you go ahead and plug up your social media one more time,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
also shows you've got coming up? This will be out next Tuesday. So anything you have,
So like a week
after-
from today.
yeah, a week from today. Anything you got after that, please plug up so people can find you and come watch it. Not in front of George. Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
didn't
I'm
even
looking at
see
I'm
that,
looking at
did
my
you?
calendar. I don't even know what you did.
That's-
Okay.
That's such a fucking Easter egg for you to find after the fact.
Did you stick it in your mouth? Is
You
that
did.
what-
Okay. All right. You don't
I
have to watch
figured.
it.
So a week from today, if you happen to be listening to this a week from today and you're like, man, I wish I could go to a comedy show, I'll be at Hyenas Comedy Club
Nice.
doing a show out there. July 5th is the big one. Stand-up standouts at Big Laugh Comedy Club. We were talking about that earlier.
Oh yeah. What's the hyena show you're doing?
It's like a showcase thing. But
Is
like
it
some
main
open
room or
micers.
red room?
I'm pretty sure it's Red Room.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
always a fun
Yeah.
crowd. It's very intimate and
Yeah.
like as much as you want to be in the main room, having
Yeah.
a room like that that seats 60 very comfortably and it's a
Yeah.
fucking kill box. It's
Yeah.
so fun in there.
Absolutely. And then if you happen to be in Orange County on September 12th through 14th, you should check out Jamie Lizzo at Irvine Improv.
Hell yeah. Go check out Jamie Lizzo as I put it
Lizzo.
into the thing.
Call him Lizzo again. But
Yeah.
yeah. His name's Lizzo. Oh, I mean, it's cool now because I mean he's not gonna watch this, and I know him now. But like, I told him I was like a huge fan, and I like did not know who he was. I had to like look up, like, especially like the first show I hosted, I had to like look up how to actually pronounce his name.
I did that.
Yeah,
I did it with Steve Byrne. I'm like, oh, big fan, man.
Steve Bird, really?
Yeah. I was just
Yeah.
if you got any openings on
Yeah.
it. I like Steve Byrne, but I haven't
No,
watched anything.
he's a
Really,
cool
I've
dude.
watched more of his comedy pinata.
Was that what was it?
He's got a podcast where he has 3 other comics on with him, and then
Yeah.
they watch 1 minute of each of their old stand-ups or something like that,
Yeah.
or someone's stand-up, and they critique it. It's
Yeah.
very fun.
Huh.
It's definitely niche more for our market of people that really, really enjoy
Yeah.
stand-up.
Yeah,
But yeah, they just go in and decipher
Oh,
and
that's
they
cool.
just hang out for a little bit. It's fun.
yeah.
But and you said George Brown Comedy is where they can find you?
At George Brown Comedy on Instagram. Don't bother with Facebook. I think we established that.
Well, thank you so much for coming on,
of course, man. Thanks for having me.
If y'all want to follow me, you can follow me at pbailey_comedy and Dingbat District Pod on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok. We post a new episode every single Tuesday, a new clip every single day on YouTube. Follow to the Apple or Spotify pages if you just listen to podcasts. We got those too. And other than that, Blake, do you have anything to add? All right. Thank you so much for watching another episode. Bye.
All right, that was good.